Hey everybody, welcome to another FB live training and fire your inner critic, find your inner badass, and finally build your business. Cassandra Von Worsley here. So we are talking about this is going to be a tongue twister, 5 mediocre mindset moves you might be making. That sounds like a tongue twister. 5 mediocre mindset moves that you might be making. Now the thing about mindset moves is that they occur silently. They occur in our head. There are things that we do. And so let me just give you a quick definition of a mindset move. So you might be saying, what is a mindset move? Well, a mindset move is a belief that you direct energy and action from. Let me say that again. A mindset move is a belief that you direct energy and action from. So all of your energy, all of your action originates with a belief. And so our inner critic makes certain mindset moves and our inner badass makes certain mindset moves. And so when we think about this idea of mindset moves, sometimes the mindset moves we make, they come from the inner badass and they work for us in business. But a lot of the time, especially because mindset moves are silent, the mindset moves that we're making, whether subconsciously or unconsciously, they're actually coming from the inner critic, who we want to transform into a powerful mentor, but may not be a powerful mentor today. So I want to talk to you about 5 mindset moves, 5 mediocre mindset moves that you might be making. All right, mediocre mindset move. I should just call it a triple M. Not an M&M, but a triple M. So mediocre mindset move number 1. I'm going to say triple M number 1. It's the time scarcity thing. Above all else, I think one of the biggest mediocre mindset moves, or triple M's, that the inner critic loves to use is this concept that, and we all deal with it, right? We all deal with it. There is not enough time. Time scarcity is a mediocre mindset move. And so if you find yourself creating long to-do lists that you never finish, if you find yourself waking up and immediately saying, I've got so many things today to do, if you find yourself feeling stressed in the morning because you only have till a certain time in the afternoon or evening to get things done, you are dealing with a triple M called time scarcity. It's this belief that there's never enough time. And so you can imagine when you start your day from a place of time scarcity, you're not as creative as you could be. You're not as productive as you could be. In fact, you're not really even giving your all to things because you've already started the day feeling defeated, feeling like there's not going to be enough time to get things done. So triple M number 1, mediocre mindset move number 1 is time scarcity, the belief that there's never enough time. Triple M number 2, age limitations. Age limitations. So many people put limits on what they can achieve and accomplish in business based on their age. They go, I'm either too old to start a business, or too old to build a successful business, or too young to build a successful business. Don't buy into the age limitation. I always like to say this because it's true. Right now in this very moment, you are the youngest, well, you're not the oldest, but you're the youngest you're ever going to be at this very moment. So why would you waste even a second of right now debating as to whether or not at your age you can build a business? You can build a business at any age. If Louise L. Hay could start Hay House Publishing, which is probably still the number 1 self-help spiritual publishing house in the world, if she could do that in her 60s, okay? In her 60s she started. In her 40s she was broke. In her 60s she started Hay House. If she could do that in her 60s, you could start your business at whatever age you're at. And if the whole age limitation thing for you is too young, remember, there are all kinds of children entrepreneurs, 10 years old, 12 years old. Age is nothing, as Aaliyah said, nothing but a number. So triple M number 2 is the idea that you're either too old or too young to build a successful business. Mediocre mindset move number 3, triple M number 3, is support scapegoating. Support scapegoating. So would you like to know what support scapegoating is? It's this. I can't build a business because I do not have enough support. I just said time. Enough support. Support scapegoating is when you're blaming your lack of success in business, your lack of movement in business, your lack of putting yourself out there in business, connecting with your tribe, delivering impact to them. You are blaming it on your lack of support. Now, let me say this clearly. You might have a lack of support. You might have people in your inner circle who are criticizing and judging you. You might have nobody local to you who is an entrepreneur, understands entrepreneurship, is supportive of you doing this. In fact, you might have people in your inner circle, which I'm just going to tell you, you need to kick their asses to the curb, but you might have people in your inner circle who are actually opposing you in building this business. It happens every single day, all the time. And yet, if you're using triple M number 3, you are using your support as a scapegoat. Here's the thing. It is wonderful to have support as you build a business. It's absolutely a gift to have support while you're building a business, and nobody does it alone. But you do not absolutely have to have the support of any particular person in your life to build this business. Trust me when I say all the support you need will be provided exactly when you need it, and it may not be provided in the way or from the people that you think it should come from, but what you need will show up for you if you trust it and if you continue to move forward alone, whether the people you expect to support you or not. So mediocre mindset move number 3 that we like to play in business is support scapegoating, saying, well, I can't succeed in business because I don't have enough support. Hogwash. You've got the universe and the universe has your back. If that isn't all the support you need, and if you can't trust that every right person is going to show up for you, then we got belief issues that we need to handle first. So that's triple M number 3. Triple M number 4, mediocre mindset move number 4, self-doubt. By far one of the biggest triple M's that you're going to encounter. It's this whole thing of, I'm not enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not charismatic enough. I'm not extroverted enough. I'm not salesy enough. You give me your list of I'm not enough, and I'm just going to tell you this is a mediocre mindset move that your inner critic loves to take full advantage of, because you are buying into your own self-doubt. And notice that it's called self-doubt for a reason. It's not coming from anybody else but you. So the reality is, you've got to turn all of those I am nots into either I am, or I can be, or I will be, or I must be. But the I ams are living in your life because you're keeping them in your head. Has nothing to do with anybody else. It is the 4th mediocre mindset move, self-doubt. 5th mediocre mindset move, 5th and final one I'm going to cover today. And our society is plagued by this. It is the need for immediate gratification and validation. If I told you the number of people who want to start an online business and they go, listen, I'm going to give this 6 months. 6 months. And if it doesn't skyrocket in 6 months, then I'm going to quit doing the whole online business thing. Then quit now. That's what I'll say. Quit now. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your time. So many people are looking for immediate gratification and validation in building a business. They want the applause of the crowd. They want people waitlisted on their door or email list. They want 6 figures in 3 months. They see all of these shiny objects and all of these success stories, and they want them right now. And here's the problem with that. If you are focused, whether you tell anybody else or not, whether you say this out loud or not, if your core desire is for immediate gratification and validation, then when your business isn't doing well, when you're not getting the opt-ins you want, when your Facebook ad isn't working, when people aren't buying from you, you're going to quickly jump to the conclusion that your business is no good, that nobody wants your talent or needs your services, and that you might as well close shop, when that is far from the truth. The reality is that most people who actively use their talents and gifts have more potential business, more potential clients than they could ever in a lifetime have enough time to fulfill. But if you are focused on, but I'm not making money now, and I'm not getting email opt-ins now, and people aren't buying from me now, if you're focused on the immediate gratification of it, you're going to lose every single time, because the race of business is won by those who stay the course, who play the long game. And the long game means there may be stretches and periods of time when nothing shows up for you, when no results are found, when you are tweaking and trying and hustling and moving, and you are getting the wrong clients and then sometimes the right clients, and you're doing the wrong things and the right things go the wrong. I mean, listen, it could be a shitstorm for years in your business before you finally hit that breakthrough moment. But all of those things were required in order for you to hit the breakthrough moment. So here's the thing. Fifth mediocre mindset move is this whole need for immediate gratification validation. So what do you do when you realize that one or more of these mediocre mindset moves are impairing your ability to move forward in business? Number one, you got to be aware and you got to call it what it is. You have to call yourself out every time you find yourself using one of these mediocre mindset moves. If it is time scarcity, then when you wake up in the morning and you immediately start to feel stressed about time, you need to slow yourself down. You need to take your time in the morning and say, I'm not buying into this time scarcity thing. I've got all the time. I need to do everything I need to do, and force yourself to see yourself living in an abundantly time fluent way. So awareness and clarity and calling yourself out and being vigilant about your thought life. And then finally, I'm going to leave you with this last little quote, because I think at the end of the day, sometimes we hit a mediocre mindset move that we've had for decades, and it's not going to go away the first time you notice it. Here's what you do. I love this quote. I saw it on Instagram before this FB Live. It says, you're going to cry about it or boss up. First of all, I'm going to do both. So the quote is, somebody asks somebody, are you going to cry about it or are you going to boss up? And the person goes, first of all, I'm going to do both. There are going to be moments in your business where you're going to feel like crying because you cannot get beyond an obstacle. And on the other hand, your inner badass is going to say to you, don't cry about it. Like, just put your big girl panties on, put your big boy underwear on, and boss the hell up. And you know what is going to be the best thing for you and your inner badass to do? Do both. Cry it out for a minute and then get up and rise again. And that's what you do when you face a mediocre mindset move. You handle it, you acknowledge it, you deal with it, and then you go again. That's the answer. And if you're watching this on YouTube, just remember, join our community, facebook.com/groups/Fire Your Inner Critic. And the Inner Badass Intensive is on its way. It is starting next month. So be sure that you go to CassandraVaughn.com/apply and A, watch the training. B, click on the application and fill it out, because not everybody's getting into the program. And C, schedule a breakthrough call with me so we can get to the bottom of what is going on with your inner critic. All right. I will see you guys on the next FB Live.